Ah, another draw. Welcome back, guys, to the Uncle Sharma channel. Here to review Inter's 0-0 draw against Shakhtar Donetsk in Kiev. Another disappointing results in the Champions League. Not what we needed. Dominated completely the match. This was, for me, in terms of the style of play and the way that we forced the team to play our way, one of the best matches. But then in terms of conversion, just as in these other matches this season, we've been doing very, very bad in terms of conversion, in terms of being clinical. Just not good enough. Decision making in the final half, just not good enough. Once again, I'm here talking about us having so many more shots than the other team. We had 12 shots on goal compared to their 4 shots, and in terms of XG, expected goals, Inter had something like 2.09 compared to Shakhtar's 0.2 or something, like extremely low. So that shows everything about this match. But how many times can I come into a post-match reaction and talk about the same stuff, because every single match seems to be the same stuff. Shakhtar went full terrorist mode. It felt like we were playing the Chievo Verona or someone like some Italian teams from a couple of years ago, when they used to sit back, every single man behind the ball. At some points they even had 6 guys in a line defending. Some of the wingers became as wing backs, as full backs. It was crazy to see them that deep. Like, I was expecting them to be just set a bit deeper, and the counter-attack, which they did try to do. They tried to counter-attack a couple of times, but they hardly even managed to get out of their half. Our pressing today was so good. As soon as we started to press them, their centre-backs were not comfortable on the ball. We won the ball high up, and then even when they tried to counter-attack, a couple of times they got through. Obviously, you can't have 100% completion with that kind of pressing, but I must commend the boys and Conte for the way that we, pressed, and the mentality this match. We were there like a big team, completely dominating them. But then when we got into their final third, the decision making was so poor today. Lukaku and Lautaro did not link up at all. But again, we had great chances. Lautaro had an absolute sitter. I have no clue how Lautaro missed that chance, and he hasn't got no clue how he missed that chance. And once again, he had to be subbed off around the 70th minute. This time he didn't bash the seat, but it was another disappointing performance from Lautaro, who usually does better in the Champions League matches, but has gone missing in the last couple of matches. So it's getting worrying now. His dip in form. And Lukaku, he does the best he can. He's been playing every single minute, so I did expect a little bit of a dip from him at some point. And today he had really bad service. You could see he was so frustrated with his teammates. At points he was asking for the ball, lump it up to me. He was saying, like, I can be your out ball. But our players were just not brave enough today, to try some passes that are a bit more riskier through the lines, or try to get the ball over. We were really relying on that right hand side. I looked at the heat map at the end of the match, and it was literally all focused towards Hakimi and D'Ambrosio's side, but we tried to create that overlap, that overload with D'Ambrosio sometimes cutting inside of Hakimi and Hakimi going outside. Sometimes we literally had like 5 players in a line against the Shakhtar's 6. But it was just a lack of ideas and lack of, that final ball. Brozovic, according to Who Scored, was the guy who created the most chances with 4. And there was one great ball he created for Lautaro in the first half, lobbed it over, which Lautaro didn't take advantage of. And then he also created from his shot the Lautaro sitter. Then Barella hit the crossbar with a beautiful volley that deserved the goal, man. That technique, keeping it down with the backspin on it, but hit the crossbar. Great play from Lukaku there, completely muscling the centre back, like proper bullied him. And then Lukaku even tried a free kick, which he hit the crossbar. The keeper saved it onto the crossbar. I'm not expecting that. Lukaku, I don't think I've ever seen him take a free kick, so that was really good to see. But apart from that, Shakhtar actually is the first team that I can say has forced Antonio Conte to kind of change the formation a little bit. We didn't go full 3-5-2, but when we were defending, we definitely were defending in the 3-5-2. I saw Barella coming back in the same line as Brozovic and Vidal pretty much. But then when we were attacking, he was back to being, the one that had the freedom to attack and roam. So it was more of a hybrid formation today, which, credit to Shakhtar. Conte phased him enough on the counter to make him do that, which is interesting. But yeah, there was no real standout performer for me today. Once again, I don't know, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Barella had some moments, when he hit the crossbar, has a few nice plays, but then he was also very sloppy on the ball at times today, just like everyone else. Brozovic, once again, another positive showing for me from him. As I said, he's created the most chances today. Sometimes he lost the ball a bit, not in a nice way, but he had the most touches on the pitch, which showing, he's getting back to his old form where he would come and pick the ball up from defense and try to spread the play. Hakimi also had an up and down match, but again, he had the most completed crosses in the match, and we could have probably converted some of them in a better way. On the other side, Ashley Young was great. You can see the difference between having the proper left wing back compared to Perisic. The way he nutmegged the Dodo in the first half and whipped it in, that was great to see. But he dipped in the second half, and Antonio Conte is responsible for his injury around the 80th minute, because Ashley Young, after not playing for weeks, should have been subbed off around the 60th or 70th minute max. And you could see there was a big drop off from him in the second half, because physically he is not there quite to get the 90 minutes. So that's a minus there for Antonio Conte. And then he brought on Perisic for Lautaro as a second striker, which was really weird. Perisic just does not suit. I guess he was trying to kind of maybe provide that extra aerial threat, because obviously we had to just try to lump it up, but it did not work out. And then Perisic moved to left wing back, but he was getting owned by Dodo. Dodo was probably the man of the match, their right back, who was just bombing up and down, and the amount of tackles he won, he completed the most dribbles as well. He was just so annoying. He probably won too many fouls, and the referee was very lenient to give him so many fouls, but well, it is what it is. We had the chances, Inter had the chances to win. Now let's see what Real Madrid does. They're going just about to play at Mönchengladbach. We need at least like a draw or something. Hopefully Real Madrid are still rattled from their loss against Shakhtar, but they're just coming off a win against Barcelona in El Clasico, so we'll see what happens there. Next in the league is Parma, so let's see how everything happens there. Fingers crossed, no more COVID cases. But yeah, those were my thoughts on the match. No man of the match for me today. I really can't pick out a standout performer. You guys let me know in the comments below who it should be. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you for the next match against Parma. Forza Inter.